Hello everyone, my name is Christopher Welter. Hope everyone's having a good night. Today I'll be going over the basics of Java and how to draw something like this. So let's reset. Yes. So we'll be first going over what's known as our create object. This is just to set up, alright? So we'll be doing what's known as world, because we're trying to create a world. We say world. W, because we want to identify what world we're going to be using. New. That's how you create something. Then your class type, class name, which is going to be world, and our parameters. Since we're creating a new world with default, we're not going to actually set any parameters. Hit enter. This will now create this world. But now we need something to actually illustrate it. So we're going to actually include another creating objects, which is our turtle, as shown here. So we have our turtle name, T, new, but this time we're actually going to put a parameter in saying W to indicate that we want to draw in this world right here. Now, what I'm going to be now doing is doing what's known as invoking object methods. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to type in T because of our turtle name, which is our object reference. We're going to say T draw triangle, which is our method name. I'm going to say 50 and 120. I will go over this in a second. And right now, our triangle has been drawn. Now to explain where we got this method. Alright, I created it right here. Alright, so we'll be going over this very quickly. So, right here, how we have void here, this is actually what we would call a return type. Because we're actually trying to have it execute something, instead of giving us an actual value, we'll be putting void. Next is our method name. And see how draw here is lowercase and then triangle here is uppercase? With method names, you always put the very first word as undercase and any subsequent words as uppercase. Inside here, we got our parameters, which is where I did my 50 and 120. In this case here, I'm telling it I want this parameter here to be the integer of the value here for our sides, our actual length for our triangle. The other parameter I asked for is the integer for our angle. That's our 120. So going over this now, here is my block of commands I want this turtle to do in one method. And we use methods so that we don't have to repetitively type in command 1, command 2, command 3, command 4, command 5, and command 6. That would take a lot of time and it would take a lot of bytes and storage space, which, no offense, when you're trying to do a lot of graphics, web design, space is really important. So being able to consolidate things down to very specific methods, we really can make things more efficient. Or especially in the case that you're creating a little game here, and you're saying, I want my turtle to draw a triangle. Instead of telling the turtle every single time to do these series of commands, you're actually able to just do it in one command. And we're referencing this. Now, the important thing about methods too is that because we have these parameters, you can actually modify them. So in my case, I'm actually going to say, I'm going to actually change the angle to negative 120, which is really important because now I'm going to have it point an arrow in this direction. See? That's really important because as you create new methods and stuff, you can actually change variables. It's not set to any one set. Now, just to go over some basic invoking object methods also, we can say things like T forward, let's say 50 pixels. And all these little commands can be found on page 70 and 71 of our book. Then I'm going to say T turn right. Now, in this case, I don't need a parameter because we're saying we're having him turn right. And finally, just as a little fun one, I'm going to say T turn 45 degrees. And with this, he'll be heading southeast. I hope this explanation is thorough for you guys. If you have any more questions or if you need any more clarification, please just reach me out on our bulletin board. Thanks a lot. Have a great night. Bye-bye.